Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Boy, what a story. One of Donald Trump's so-called spiritual advisors is a man named Robert Morris. Not that Robert Morris. This Morris is a senior pastor at a Texas megachurch called Gateway. And he just admitted that he engaged in, quote, inappropriate sexual behavior. Now, Morris referred to the victim as a, quote, young lady. But when I hear young lady, I'm sure you guys have the same feeling. I picture someone maybe in their late teens, maybe early 20s, right? No. This guy is referring to a young lady who was 12 years old when Morris violated her. So last Friday, a woman named Cindy Clemshire came forward. She gave an interview to a religious watchdog kind of news outlet, a blog called Wartburg Watch. And she shared her story of how Morris abused her when he was 20 years old, grown man, and she was a child of 12 years old. According to Clemshire, Morris stayed with her family over the Christmas holiday. This was in 1982. And Morris asked her to come to his room. So she goes to his room. This is the first time he molested her. This was not the only time or the last time. He ordered her, do not tell anyone, because Morris said to her that it would, quote, ruin everything, whatever that means. For him, yeah. Now, eventually, Clemshire told a friend that this has happened or that it was still going on. And so somehow it got back to Morris' wife. She found out about it. So Morris was forced to step down from his position in the church. He later returned to his duties, though. And after Clemshire spoke out, after she gave this interview, Morris went and gave his own interview. He was interviewed by the Christian Post. That is when he admitted to this inappropriate behavior, as he calls it, with a quote unquote young lady. And Morris tried to minimize his actions. He admitted it, but he minimized. He said, quote, it was kissing and petting and not intercourse, but it was wrong. And then Morris also claimed that about 2 years after the abuse was reported, he went to Clemshire's family, he went to her father, and he went to the church elders and, quote, asked their forgiveness, and they graciously forgave me. So the Christian Post went and spoke with the elders at Gateway Church to check this all out. It actually does seem they have forgiven. They've forgiven and forgotten, and they're like, yeah, we're cool. How big of them, right? How big of them to forgive a child predator for violating someone else's child? So they told the Christian Post, quote, Pastor Robert has been open and forthright about a moral failure he had over 35 years ago when he was in his 20s and prior to him starting Gateway Church. He has publicly shared from the pulpit the proper biblical steps he took in his lengthy restoration process. Yeah. Moral failure. No, assholes. It's called a crime. It's not a moral failure to be attracted and sexually assault a 12-year-old child. It is disturbed. It is sick behavior. It is aberrant behavior. And it is literally illegal. And according to Clemshire, she said, no, my family never absolved Morris of this crime and this violation. She spoke with the Dallas Morning News and she said, quote, we don't believe anyone that's done anything like this should be an overseer to anyone in any industry, but especially in the church. And they asked Clemshire, do you believe Morris? Do you believe his apology is sincere? She was pretty unequivocal in her response. Clemshire said, quote, I don't think that it's repentant when someone calls a 12-year-old a young lady and tries to just dismiss what happened as just some heavy petting. I don't believe that's repentance. There's no child on earth that any person should ever do that to. It's just unacceptable. There's zero excuse. So I hope she sues him. I hope she sues Morris. I hope she files charges against him. And she can, because according to the Daily Beast, they said the Texas statute of limitations doesn't apply to sexual crimes against a child. So she is well within her rights. She could do it right now. So there you have it, guys. And yet another child predator for Trump. And, once again, as I always say, as the saying goes, your vibe attracts your tribe. Like attracts like. So, of course, someone like Morris is totally cool with Trump being a predator. Someone who was found liable of sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. Of course, he is totally fine with Trump being credibly accused of sexual assault by more than 24 other women, including one who says she was 13 years old at the time. Right? Has no problem with it. Of course he has no problem backing a man who's cheated on every single wife he's had, someone who paid off a porn star and a Playboy model after having affairs with them so that he could win the election. Yeah, and people wonder why so many Americans, including myself, have turned their backs on the church, why church attendance has plummeted. Oh, it's just a mystery why we wouldn't want to be associated with that. I guess we'll just never know why that's happening, huh? God. Since we're talking of church, God. I mean, I have yet to see someone in the ministry who walks the walk, who doesn't just talk the talk, who actually walks the walk, who isn't a grifter in it for the money or in it for the fame, who supports Trump. I have not seen a true Christian yet, have not met one in my life who, is devout, goes to church all the time, fully believes in God, knows everything about him, and is like, yeah, he's my guy. No, the people I know who are true Christians, who truly walk in their faith, they don't just, pound the Bible and go to church on Sundays and then, Monday through Saturday, they're a shit person. They would never in a million years support someone like Trump. So not surprised by this Morris guy. Not in the least. Anyway, I will let you know if I hear any more. Like I said, I hope she sues the hell out of him. I will start a fundraiser for that, for those legal fees. So anyway, call me Clemshire. Reach out. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.